At what point is a friendship deemed too much, like between a guy and a girl? By the way, it's between a guy and a gal. That's pretty nice. So at what point is it too much? That's a very good question. So I need to go back and kind of lay down a little bit more detailed the relationship between a man and a woman. We're lab partners in science class, and we have to deal with each other. And sometimes we think like, oh yeah, the masjid, it's going to be like this utopia, and then we leave the masjid and everyone goes back to the real world. And the real world is you have to interact with women, you have to interact with the opposite gender. You need to learn how to do it. So we had to leave you with nasiha and how to deal with that. So you need to be your relationship with someone. By lowering the gaze, it doesn't mean literally, necessarily looking down, unless that is only the last resort. But that means do not look at someone with a sense of attraction. And if you sense any speck of attraction, you must lower your gaze. Okay? So you need to interact with each other sometimes. That entails, especially in our culture, in our society, eye contact. If someone doesn't have eye contact, if you're going to a meeting for work, right, and you're actually going for an interview, and you don't have eye contact with that person, this body language plays a big role in the society. And you're faced with someone, you're a man, and you go and you have a woman who's your interviewer. What are you going to do? So eye contact is not in and of itself evil necessarily, but if you sense any sense of attraction, you need to now take steps and ridding yourself of that, whatever is causing you that attraction. And that is the golden rule. When is it too much? When you feel any sense of attraction for that person, you know you're doing too much. If their jokes all of a sudden become a little bit more funnier than normal, right? Or their clothing looks a little bit more attractive than normal, you know you've gone too far. So long as you're keeping these other principles, you can keep a relationship in a professional manner, meaning you interact with them in a professional manner without joking, without flirting, without all these things. The moment you sense any sense of attraction, you need to cut back. That's when it's too much. Understand, inshallah?